Hello there, welcome to another video on this Esoteric Circle YouTube channel. Wherever you were at on your journey, blessings to you. We're going to be talking about super efforts today. So get ready. We're going to be getting out some Ouspensky and some Gurdjieff and talking about super efforts. So this is deep. The other day in our Discord group, we were talking about super efforts, and there was a little bit of question as to, the definition. And, it was built into Robin Amos's theology and his philosophy of the work. And it's sprinkled all through the works of Gurdjieff and of Ouspensky and of Moraviev and Amos and Ted Nottingham and Charles Ashton and Rebecca Nottingham and everybody who is, and Rudolf Steiner, everybody. It's about efforts. And I want to read just a couple things here that clarify. There are two passages within In Search of the Miraculous. It's in the index. It's pretty simple. Under super efforts. It's right there. And Ouspensky writes, I returned to St. Petersburg in the summer of 1916. Soon after our group, or preparatory group, had been formed, G spoke to us about efforts in connection with the task he set before us. You must understand, Gurdjieff said, that ordinary efforts do not count. Only super efforts count, and that is in italics. Only super efforts count. And so it is always and in everything. Those who do not wish to make super efforts had better give up everything and take care of their health. Cannot super efforts be dangerous? Asked one of the audience, who was usually particularly careful about his health. Of course they can, said G, but it is better to die making efforts to awaken than to live in sleep. That's one thing. For another thing, it is not so easy to die from efforts. We have much more strength than we think, but we never make use of it. And then on 347, Ouspensky says this, and someone asks, what is meant by super effort? Here's the definition. It means an effort beyond the effort that is necessary to achieve a given purpose, said G. Imagine that I have been walking all day and am very tired. The weather is bad. It is raining and cold. In the evening, I arrive home. I have walked perhaps 25 miles. In the house, there is supper. It is warm and pleasant. But instead of sitting down to supper, I go out into the rain again and decide to walk another 2 miles along the road and then return home. This would be a super effort. While I was going home, it was simply an effort, and this does not count. I was on my way home. The cold, hunger, the rain, all this made me walk. In the other case, I walk because I myself decide to do so. This kind of super effort becomes still more difficult when I do not decide upon it myself, but obey a teacher who at an unexpected moment requires from me to make fresh efforts when I have decided that efforts for the day are over. Another form of super effort is carrying out any kind of work at a faster rate than is called for by the nature of this work. You are doing something well. Let us say you are washing up or chopping wood. You have an hour's work. Do it in half an hour. This will be a super effort. But in actual practice, a man can never bring himself to make super efforts consecutively or for a long time. To do this, another person's will is necessary, which would have no pity and which would have method. And that's pretty much the gist of it, these super efforts. So what does this have to do with you? So much of our time here is just wasted in reading books, and talking about it in groups. And it's to a point in your journey that you need to make some super efforts, if you're not already. Most likely, you've come across this idea. Most likely, you have done super efforts, but you need to do them consciously. And that's one of the nice things about a group. A group allows you to get in there and have a teacher and have an expectation within the group setting that you're going to do super efforts. You're going to do something that is just over and above, over and above, over and above. So, what is it for you? This, you know, the esoteric circle, if you want to join it, you have to make efforts to join it. You can't just do it because, well, this would be pretty cool, or you're just interested in it. Genuinely, you have to make super efforts. So what does that look like? What does that look like in your life? I know what it looks like in my life. It has to do with writing. And it has to do with the super effort of when to write. I have to write when it's completely quiet. I have to have nothing going on. And the only time I can do that is about 4:30 or 5 in the morning. But in order to get a good hour of writing in, I have to get up about an hour ahead of the hour. So I got to get up 2 hours. I'm having to get up at 4:30 when and I'm making the effort every day. Bam, bam. You get up and you do it. The effort to meditate. One of my first super efforts was whenever I would wake up at about 1:30 or 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I could not go back to sleep. I try, because in my mind I was saying, you really need to get up and pray. I should get up and pray. And I wouldn't. Before you know it, I've spent an hour trying to get back to sleep, trying to tell myself, I'll pray when I get up. I'll pray double tomorrow. I'll do this. And I wasted it. So I developed this will within that, within my waking hours in the night to just get up. The first thought, I should get up and pray. I'm up. I'm downstairs. I'm meditating. Over and over and over again. And you do these things. If you don't have a teacher, if you don't have a group, which I'm offering, here we are. We've got this group. I am here. I am available to help with you. I am offering a group to you that gives you a sense of expectation. Okay? So if you're wondering, what is the next step in my journey? It's super efforts. Because definitely, we want the cushy life. We want the comfortable life. Right? We want to just walk home and we want to get a warm supper and we want to go to bed. Just like Gurdjieff said. 100 years ago he's writing this. And the comforts that we have now are astronomical compared to what they had. Right? So your next step is super efforts. Make those super efforts over and over and over and work it into the routine of your life. And you've got to get excited about this. And you've got to just build willpower. You have to be useful. Savoir-faire, right? You have to be useful. And if you don't have a work ethic, if you don't work at it, and if you don't make these super efforts, you will be useless. Useless in this work. Useless to the universe. Because you'll be just like everybody else. And you're not. You were chosen. You have a birthright. Claim it. Claim it and get excited. All right? Blessings to you. Make super efforts. I'd love to hear some stories. If you're interested in this group, Peter D. Haskins at yahoo.com is my email. See you later.